Hello and welcome to another edition of the Rogue Gamers podcast. I am your host, Bruno Pinto, and with me as ever, I have my friend. I was about to say slash co-host. I was reverting back into my old ways. I have my friend from across the pond, Mr. Donut, aka Aaron, aka Donut. How's it going, sir? I fucked up that intro big time. Yeah, I wanted to. I nearly called you Marius. I don't know what happened there. So there you go. Yeah, I didn't though.
All right, I'm doing good. Summertime is in full gear, so yeah. Looking forward to actually being on time for a podcast for the first time in our history. So
early.
Yeah.
It's the first. It's first time for everything. It's first time for everything. No, you're right. Summertime is here. Today was quite hot, and when I say quite hot, I know as a Portuguese man, when I say it's quite hot because it was 31 degrees, you're gonna tell me, okay, 31 degrees is not hot, Bruno. I'm like, yes, I agree, but it's very humid here in the UK, so it was hot enough, no breeze, nothing like that.
Yep.
So yes, we have some good weather coming for once. It was raining just on Sunday, when we went to watch Elbow. That was one of my Christmas presents that Amelia gave me. If it was tickets to go and see Elbow. I know you don't know what Elbow is.
Don't know.
You should just listen to. Don't have to listen too much. Just go Elbow and then listen to their biggest hits. Like On a Day Like This and Grounds for Divorce. And you go like, oh yeah, I know what Elbow is. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
In fact, on the day like this is probably my favorite song ever. I think it's and it was pretty special to listen to it live and singing with thousands of people at the same time. The chorus, it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Pretty cool.
I had a concert this last week as well. That was a birthday present to myself, basically. A bucket list one, which was the Weird Al Weirder and Bigger and Weirder tour concert.
Oh.
I've always wanted to see Weird Al Yankovic in concert. Last time I had a chance was 25 years ago. So it was pretty cool that he announced a tour. And I tell you what, he gives Taylor Swift a run for her money there with the costume changes and interactions with the crowd. I mean, it was a great environment. Everyone was singing, just having a good time. It was wonderful. Like, it's one of the best concerts I've been to, shockingly.
Wow. Okay. So I must admit, I do not know this person you're talking about. So now I need to go and do some homework myself. So you
listen. Yankovic? Oh my god.
I don't. Well, you don't know Elbow, so come on.
Yeah.
So it's so good.
I mean, Weird Al is much more famous than Elbow. Come on.
Yeah, that's all relative. Yeah, I've never heard of them. So they could be. I've heard of Taylor Swift. So Carmel was a cat. For instance, right? To quote one of the more recent ones. Even though when I first heard it, I thought she was saying Connor. Because I'm an idiot. So there you are. But cool. Actually, I tell you what. If we stay just quickly on the concerts, Glastonbury just happened, and I watched it on TV. I didn't go. And a bucket list one now that I have that I would like to go and watch is Alanis Morissette. She played a set at Glastonbury, and it was amazing. Like every song was great. So I would love to watch her on concert as well. I don't know if you've seen it before. Are you a fan?
I am a fan. I didn't get to go see, but the wife did a few years ago. Said it was a great time. So yeah.
So there you go. Concerts. Cool. That's almost like a why don't you at the beginning rather than
at
the end.
Well, I mean, already why don't you? You need to check out Weird Al Yankovic, and afterwards you need to watch the movie starring Daniel Radcliffe.
Well, hang on a second, and before that, all that you need to go and listen to Elbows specifically on a day like this.
I'll load it up on my phone just for you.
I'll be
gym with me.
Sure. I don't know if it's Jim's song. Well, Grounds for Divorce maybe. But yeah, I definitely want to hear what you think about it. There you are. Okay. We ended the podcast not last week, 2 weeks ago with a draft suggestion of Zombie games, right? So we're gonna be doing a draft. We're gonna be picking 3 games each. Yep. I forgot how it is. It's not round robin. What's the one where I go one back and forward? Is
that's
a
snake draft.
Snake draft. That's the baby. We're doing a snake draft. Okay. And last time you went first, so I'm going first this time. And I do think going first is an advantage. So, but I don't know.
I think there's 2 very clear 1-2 choices, and then from there, it could go a number of different ways.
Well, this is it. So I don't know, because I think you know what I'm gonna pick first here.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if I want to do mind games and pick yours. Just take your first pick off, and then just leave mine open. Go like, take it. Go on, take it. I dare you. I double dare you to pick mine. Because then if you pick mine, I have 2 more to go. Pow!
But I get 2 in a row. See, that's the thing. In a snake draft, you pick first, so then I would get the next 2.
This is true. Yeah. Okay. Right. I kind of don't want to leave mine because mine is the best one.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'm gonna play mind games with you. I don't care. All right, you ready for this?
Oh yeah.
My first pick is The Last of Us.
Yep. All right. That's what I was gonna plan to pick. So there you go.
I took it from you. I'm inside your mind.
I mean, honestly, that is the number 1 zombie game.
Well, so I'm picking.
You can say Resident Evil 2 is the best game, and yeah, it's very good. But Resident Evil 2 does not have the same story beats, emotional beats as The Last of Us. The Last of Us kills it in gameplay, story, atmosphere, like,
What I like about this is, guys, you see, I told you I was inside his mind. Not only have I stolen his pick, he's now pitching it for me. This is unbelievable.
I mean,
so we're not doing franchises, so obviously the second one is available if you want to be boring.
Yeah.
I won't be picking the second one after this one if you don't pick it. I'm a gentleman's agreement. If you can go ahead and use it if you want. I'm staying with the first one, and then I'm going elsewhere after this. But yeah, you're right. I don't think it's my favorite. It wasn't my first pick, but like I said, I'm playing a new game here. I'm bringing the big guns. I think story-wise, it's actually better than Resident Evil 2. I don't know if you're going to pick Resident Evil 2 or not, but we're talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Story-wise, is better. I don't see the what they called again on the Last of Us. They're not called the walkers, are they? It's something else. It's at the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's now on top of my mouth. I don't know. I forgot. But anyway, the infected, to me, they are zombies, I guess. Yeah, in the definition of it, but they're not really zombies in a way as well. Not in the brains kind of thing where other ones are. But for all intents and purposes, they are zombies. As in they were dead and come back from the dead, right? Yeah. To attack you. Even though there's a mind hive and all of that type of stuff. But story-wise, they're great. I think there's enough variety on it as well. So you have the big like armored one, and you have the clever ones, and all of that. And the clickers. I mean, the clicker is pretty iconic.
Oh yeah.
It's quite hard. It's quite a hard clicker. If we were doing,
you start hearing that clicking in the game, and you're like on high alert at that point.
Sure. If we were doing zombie characters, right? Then click will be quite high, or zombie enemies. They'll be quite high up there. So there you go. The Last of Us is part 1. Is my first pick, and I might have shot myself in the foot, but I don't think so, because I think I have some more big hitters to come. So what's yours?
Well, I'm gonna have to go with Resident Evil 2, because it is, of course, also one of the best zombie games, if not one of the best games of all time. Especially the remake version of it. It just was stellar. Yeah, I need to play through it again whenever I can get time.
So good,
but
so good. So Marius of the former podcast, recently played them. I think within the last year or so, and he said, they hold up a lot. And not to mention that they've actually added a lot of things, like they've added the ray tracing and stuff like that to the game. So it'll be quite good to see, the improvements there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I mean, we've talked to death about Resident Evil 2 before, so I mean, there's not really much more to be said. But I mean, the atmosphere, Mr. X, it, just that level of tension when he's chasing you all throughout the police station and everything. I mean, it's a wonderful game. So I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to my next pick, and this.
Oh, here we go.
So this is a tough one because I've got like 3 to 4 that I really think should be up here. But I'm gonna have to say, because of atmosphere, story, gameplay. Bruno's hoping.
I'm crossing my fingers, hoping you don't pick my true second pick.
I mean, the true second pick. I have to go with Dying Light. It's
Woo! Okay. So you want to lose the game? I love it. Come on, carry on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Dying Light. I want to hear more about it, but I'm excited you went with Dying Light, because that means you left the door open for me now.
Like I said, there's like 3 to 4 there, so
Yeah,
but
Dying Light's good.
Dying Light, once again. So this is getting back to the good story, the gameplay. It's got phenomenal co-op.
Parkour.
Just the parkour system is fantastic. Yeah. I'm curious to see what your number 2 and 3 picks will be. I think this will be interesting, but I don't know if you'll potentially get better than Dying Light.
I almost guarantee I'm gonna get better than Dying Light, in my opinion. Obviously, I think I have 2 or 3 better picks. Not to mention there's other Resident Evils to pick. I might not go there. You picked Resident Evil 2. I might leave it per franchise. Gentlemen's. I'll stay out of it.
I mean, you're just taking the lesser stag if you go with another Resident Evil.
I don't know. Most people put Resident Evil 4 as the best. I'm not gonna go Resident Evil anyway. So I want to talk about Dying Light quickly. I played Dying Light. You were talking about earlier precast about the super ultra wide monitor and our woes with the unusual aspect ratios, yours and mine, and me talking about different. Monitors and all of that. Maybe an Easter egg. We'll see how it goes. Maybe not. We'll see. But that was one of the first ones I played on the super ultra wide. Like it was one that supported that, and I could like parkour across and see the whole thing. Looked beautiful. Again, good story. An excellent game. Good pick. I think so far your 2 picks are great. Okay. Are you ready for mine though?
I'm ready.
Dead Space.
Yep. That was.
So I'm going with Dead Space. Again, zombies. Are they zombies? Xenomorphs? I mean, they come back from the. So we go back to
I mean, they are part of the space station crew. So like.
So they come back from the dead, right? To me, Dead Space, the original, but also the remake, because the remake is truly excellent. The remake is
the remake is superior to the original.
Yeah. So with it, you have I forget the name of the spaceship on Kushis starts with a K. I don't know. I'm forgetting now. I've been in the sun too long today. But anyway, you have the spaceship as a character. Okay, that's one. Okay. You have the especially with the remake, the audio. I mean, the first one is excellent, but the audio design on this game is second to none. I honestly think this is the best audio design on any game. That's what I think. I think the audio design.
I would say probably second. I would. Hellblade: Senua's Saga is the first.
Sure, fine. Okay, that's sure, but this is up there, right? Yes. So this is on the podium, right? So the audio design is great. The visual storytelling. The fact that when you first see like it says on the like painted in blood on the walls, cut off their arms when you see it before you even saw one, and you're like, huh, okay, and then you can hear it, and then you see the first xenomorph zombie, right? And you start shooting at it because it scares the shit out of you, and then he's not going down. You're like, what's happening? Like, and then like arms, cut off the arms, and you cut off the arms. Like, I get it. So he brings that skill to it. In fact, you can play the whole game with the plasma cutter. In fact, that's how I played both times. I got the achievement back on the 360. The 360 days, I got the achievement for completing the whole game just using the plasma cutter. It is the best gun. Actually, the remake does a good job of making the other guns a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, you can make your fun any way that you want in that game, really. But yeah, I mean, just running through with the plasma cutter, especially once you get it upgraded.
Yeah,
chef kiss.
Exactly. So the parts where you go off the ship, so into a hard space. And the sound goes, and it's like you just hear your heartbeat and stuff like that. That space was almost my first choice. I must admit, I played the blinder here. I dangled Resident Evil 2 AU, which is a great game. Yeah, so I sacrificed Resident Evil 2 to be able to hopefully bring these two in here. So yeah, that's my second pick, and now I get to my third pick, right? Because of this Snake Pass, right? Now this is fun because now I have like you. Now I like where do I go? How do I finish this? How do I finish this?
What's the icing you put on the cake here?
And the icing I'm going to put on the cake is we're talking about game, right? We talked about story on the first one. We talked about story as well on the second one, but also audio design. Also,
I would say more atmosphere gameplay on the second one. Story was okay.
Sorry for the first one. Horror. Yeah. And atmosphere for the second pick. And my third pick, I was like, you know what? What are the zombie games I played the most? Okay, and that's all the Resident Evils, which I'm gonna leave out. I'm leaving the Resident Evils out. Okay. I could go 4. Of course I could. I could go 1. I could go Code Veronica. I could go crazy. But no. I am gonna go with Left 4 Dead 2. Okay. That's my third pick. Now, why am I going for Left 4 Dead 2? I think it's an excellent zombie game for one. It's co-op. I have some great memories of playing this on the 360 back in the day with my crew. There was I remember back on the Xbox you had your avatar, right, on the Xbox 360. I remember there was a challenge which you grab the gnome, right, similar to the Half-Life one, right? Yeah. You grab the gnome and you have to take the gnome all the way until the end of the level, and then you got a T-shirt like the concert T-shirt from that level to put on your avatar. I remember getting that and being stoked about it. I like that thing. I wish they brought that back. Earning items with your achievements. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a gimmicky, but I liked it. Anyway, so you had that. So excellent co-op game. You have the distinct different zombies. You're the one that the witch. I forgot what it's called, but the one that screams and comes at you if he hears. The witch. You got the bloater. If which if you actually shoot it, it explodes bile all over you and damages you. You had the one with the tongue. Yeah. So again, similar to The Last of Us, this one has a great variety of zombies. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty much a perfect game, really. There's not really much wrong with it. So that's to be fair, I picked 3 bangers this time. If I don't win this one, I might retire.
I mean, that was going to be my number 3 if it was still there. Despite having quite a few other options, that is a fantastic co-op experience. That one is memories. Like, you're sneaking through, and then your
somebody pisses off the witch.
Your buddy alerts the witch, and then the horde comes, and you all are scrambling for your lives, and just it's great. It's great.
Strong. It's a strong showing. I can hear you sweating. This is a strong showing.
I was hoping that you were gonna forget about Dead Space, so
Yeah, I
That's
don't forget about that space.
yeah. I mean that might have been my mistake by not picking Dead Space second.
I think so. I
I'm
think
gonna own
so.
up to that.
Hmm.
So I'm kicking around 3 different ones at this point.
I mean,
Um,
you might as well, because now I cannot pick again. You can vocalize them if you
yeah,
like, because I cannot pick anymore now anyway. So I have my official pick already.
yeah. So, um, yeah, there's of course Dead Rising. Uh,
That
it's a phenomenal
that Rising is
game, good
that Rising is
story.
great.
The time frame is, that you have to do these things in, and how the mall changes as time goes on. Um,
Yeah,
it's great. It's
yeah, yeah.
great. State of Decay 2. That's in that co-op realm as well.
That was my next pick. Had I lost my original picks, so it was on my list. That
Yep.
one, yeah, for the same reasons of Left 4 Dead 2. But
Yeah.
then I thought, which one is better, Left 4 Dead 2 or State of Decay? And I came
I
up with the conclusion that it was the
and
Left 4
I
Dead
would
2.
agree that Left 4 Dead 2 is better,
Mm-hmm.
just from the aspect of the memories, the gameplay. Uh,
Yeah.
the State of Decay, it was a lot of gathering resources and then doing missions and then surviving, and
Mm-hmm.
where Left 4 Dead, you just go and go ham on
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
But by
know,
the way, there's one you haven't mentioned, which if I had to pick now, I would pick it. So there's one, and it's interesting. So it's almost like
it,
you don't want you don't want to
it
win this, yeah.
it's probably the one that you're thinking of as the one that I'm ultimately gonna pick,
Okay,
and
good.
it's actually an expansion. It's
Oh, it's not what you think you're gonna
oh,
pick then. Okay, you're
not
going you're going you're going with the Red Dead Redemption thing,
Undead
aren't you?
Nightmare. Yep.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh
No, I've never played it, so I'll hear what you have to say about it. But I think you left something on the table there.
yeah.
But great pick though. Great pick, of
I
course,
mean,
of course.
Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, I mean, it really should have been its own game. But the
Hmm.
fact that it's an expansion to an already great game,
That you
and
have to own the original game to play, or certainly back in the day you had
yeah, I mean,
anyway.
back in
Yeah.
the day, but I mean, most people owned Red Dead Redemption anyways because of Grand Theft
Mm-hmm.
Auto and everything. So, Rockstar can do no wrong, so people are just going to buy every game they make. But this is probably one of the best expansions that's ever existed. It the
Okay.
story, the just all the things that you get to do in there. It's just so much fun. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's a wrong pick for me at this point with everything off the board. But I think that's the probably the best zombie game pick that's left. But what did I leave out?
Telltale games, The Walking Dead.
Eh,
It's phenomenal.
it,
It is very good. It is. I mean, story. You talk about story. That doesn't get
it
much better than that.
it's very much story. The gameplay is boring.
Gameplay is,
It's
choose your own
yeah.
adventure kind of thing. I don't know. Um. Okay. Cool. So we have our picks, right? So you
Yep.
have. I have. Last of Us,
Hmm.
Dead Space, and Left 4 Dead 2.
Yep.
You have Resident Evil 2.
Hmm.
What did you pick again?
Dying Light
Dying
and Red
Light.
Dead Redemption Undead
Shit.
Nightmare.
Okay. So let us know which one is best. There's only one more game I want to talk about on that I quite like, which is Days Gone. I think Days Gone is pretty good zombie game with a good story as well.
Hmm.
I don't know if you played Days Gone or not, but I quite like that. But it wasn't from all the other ones we talked about. I think there's also some people might
World
be
War Z
listening to
would have
this.
been another one that's a fun
I
one
I've
that's
read
similar to Left 4 Dead.
sure. Sure. I've read the book. I've watched the movie. I've never played the game, so I don't know. But um, I think there's a case to be made that I could have gone like sure, Resident Evil 1. You picked 2, right? I could have gone Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 4, and I don't know, like Resident Evil Code Veronica or something. I could have easily gone with the 3 Resident Evils, and I think I was still had a very strong showing there. Um, if a tad boring, obviously, if I just stayed with the Resident Evils. Some good zombie games. That's what I'm hearing from this anyway. So there you go. So, but let us know which one you think won this one. Okay. So obviously, Donut won the first one, the first draft. Now we have this draft here. So let's see. Let's see who wins this one. Okay. Cool. All right. So that was the draft, and we'll also, if you want to tell us what draft we should do next, you can do so by emailing us. Sorry, what's the email again, Donut?
RogueGamerspodcast at gmail.com.
That's the one. And pick the next one for us to do. I think next podcast, though, we shouldn't do the draft. I have another idea we could do. Okay, we should do. So your uncle was a billionaire, right? And he just left you, $1 billion. Okay.
Okay.
So, and you love games, so you go like, you know what? I'm gonna hire a team. Doesn't matter which. In this hypothesis, you can hire anyone you want. Okay. They'll just do the game for you, okay? You can hire anyone you want, but you need to pick an existing IP, preferably one that's not being used at the moment. So one that's currently in the shelf somewhere, like next to the Ark of the Covenant, not being used, right? And you pitch your game, I pitch my game and my team, and then we pick who. The listener will pick who has the best game. I want to play that one. Yeah. What do you think about that?
I like it. I already know 2 teams, so now I just got to figure out the IP.
Is it from software? Is that what you're picking?
No.
Oh, okay.
If I'm going to have to market it to the entire public from software, they do fantastic games, but it is a limited public that you market to.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So you can pick any team. Yeah, your superstar team. You're basically drafting your superstar team. Hey, listen, go crazy. You got $1 billion. Get 2 teams working on it if you like. I don't care. Right? It's up to you. Right? Hey, listen. Do you want to get a studio, but then go and grab the creative director from another studio? Hey, it's your money. Yeah, you pitch what you want. I think this could be fun, right?
Oh yeah.
And I'll think about my pitch as well, and and I think it's gonna be fun. Right, so let's move over then to the video game news. Unfortunately, there's been some sad news. Obviously, like it's always seems to be the case, especially nowadays. Certainly since COVID, Microsoft laid off. About 9,000 workers, not all from Xbox. This is from Microsoft, but I included the Xbox staff as well. Only about 4% of their workforce. So this shows you how massive Microsoft is, if you didn't know about it. And that led to the closure of the studio The Initiative and canceling Perfect Dark, the game they were working on, and also laying off around half of the Turn 10 studio, and canceling a few. There was a few projects they were working with third parties, which they've canceled. They say they're still working on 41 active games at the moment. So they are it just shows how big of a developer they are. But I always say when we talk about redundancies and stuff like that, I have been made redundant twice in my life, so I know how it feels. So I'm not taking this lightly at all. Both times I was made redundant. One time was because the office was closing, because it made more financial sense for them to have the office elsewhere. Okay, so it was literally we're closing here, we're opening in another city. Yeah, and the other time is because my team was not performing. Okay, was not performing enough, the whole team. So we all made laid off. So both times, even though it hurts, I understood why, but it's never nice. Even if you understand why, the reason for the most part, whenever somebody gets laid off is it's money. So anyway, I know you're pretty hot on this. You're pretty this has hit you hard, this one, hasn't it? So what do you want to talk about it?
So I have been in Microsoft's corner since they got into the video game market. My dad used to work for them. I did game testing for them with their PC games when I was in high school. So I have a lot of love for that company. And, I kind of questioned a few years ago when they were buying up all these studios, making all these deals. Like, you're paying billions upon billions of dollars for all these studios, and then you're just going to release it on Game Pass. Like, how is that financially going to make sense? And I think there wasn't that overall thought process. The thought process was, we're in an arms race against Sony and Nintendo. We need to get all these major IPs that we can, so that way, people want to come to our system. And now it's like, well, we don't really have a system. It's like anywhere you can play it. So, but Game Pass, like that, it's a fantastic deal. There's so many good games on Game Pass, but in the end, it's not going to generate enough revenue, especially for these bigger developers, to offset the cost of making these AAA games. And so to sacrifice Perfect Dark, which is a phenomenal franchise that really, like, it was really looking good from what little they've shown of it. Like, I'm intrigued. I want to play this game. And instead, we're getting another Call of Duty. I don't give a shit about Call of Duty.
Right.
Give me some other games besides a yearly Call of Duty. Yeah, it's going to make you money, but you're putting it on Game Pass. So how much money are you really making besides the little battle pass systems and those kind of things? Like,
Right. I think everything you're saying, I see where you're coming from, of course. And like you, I mean, I've never been, we joked about on the previous iteration of this podcast. We joked about that I was the Microsoft guy, and back in the day, this is, and Marius and Joe, because you don't know Joe, she's from way before. They were the PlayStation guys, and when it came to Game of the Year, their picks were very skewed towards PlayStation, and I felt like I had to skew them towards Xbox to have that a bit of a rivalry going. But I have been on certainly since the Xbox. I've been a fan. Right, I do have to play devil's advocate on this. Certainly when it comes to Perfect Dark, at least. Okay, so Perfect Dark, what they showed last year looked amazing. I agree. Okay. And by all accounts, it was running in engine, and it's kind of like it was being played by somebody, but they kind of had to do that. It was like scripted to do that. If they variated either way, it wouldn't have worked. So it was a bit smoke and mirrors, but it was that. The game was announced in December 2020. Okay, and they were working on it already. The initiative, right, for like a year or so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this game has been in development for 6 years. They had to get Crystal Dynamics to come and help out with this. Okay, to help because that game was in trouble. Okay, and it's never good when you have to bring another studio to try and help your game, right? And maybe the game would have come out and it would have been amazing, yeah. But also they have their internal teams, and they're looking at this. How much more money do we need to put into this? So much we lost already, yeah. Mm-hmm. And the game is not shaping up, yeah. How much money do we throw at this? So it's throwing good money after bad, right? Sometimes. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that's for looking from the outside in, that's what it looks like to me, anyway.
Yeah.
So Does it suck to be laid off? Of course it does. I started by saying that I've been laid off twice, so I'm not talking. I'm not coming from a place where I've never, I cannot, sympathize. I absolutely can, and I've been in the same situation. But to me, it sounds like that game was in development hell. It's been for 6 years. What they showed was great, but even from their accounts, what they say now, it was smoke and mirrors. If you deviated elsewhere, that wasn't like you couldn't pick that up and play yourself. You had to do exactly what it did for it to work the way it did, right? So that wasn't the game there yet. And ultimately, you know, you need to make money, right? And the problem is they try to make a lot more money. And then we can talk about how Nintendo and certainly Japanese companies, not so much Sony, but other Japanese companies like Nintendo have a different way of looking at this. Like, okay, what's met, if we're taking a loss, the CEOs a lot of times they'll take a pay cut instead of making of laying off people and stuff like that, which is obviously admirable, but not everyone does that. As for Turn 10, they've launched the game a year ago, 2 ago, the Forza Motorsport 7.
2 years ago now.
2 years ago. So the way it works with development, as you know, and these games they're not going to come every 2 years. They're going to be coming every 5 years probably. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So what happens is you don't need the full team working on when you're doing. You only need it towards the end when you're doing all the assets and when you basically. When you have the bones of the game there, and then you start staffing up to bring the game to completion. I don't know. I'm just again looking from the outside in. Is what it sounds like. That's what it looks like.
So I know what the Turn 10 stuff, like they are reallocating them to Playground game studios. For the Horizon game, which is fine, yeah. But again, you're scrapping one of your flagship franchises. My biggest thing is like I'm a huge fan of Forza, both the Horizon and the regular racing games.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
Sometimes I want arcade, sometimes I want simulator, and they're able to do that to near perfection. Now the last Forza Motorsport, was it great? No, it was good. But they did make some mistakes with like the leveling of the cars and those kind of things.
This is it.
But
think about this as well. Yeah, is it selling? Because I know it's on Xbox only, and I think
it's not going to sell because it's on Game Pass. That's the entire problem.
Well, but no, the entire problem it was that. Yeah, first of all, on the Game Pass thing, we have to take them at their word. They might be lying, but they keep doubling down and saying, as it is now, it's profitable, Game Pass. So they said more than once, for more than one source, it is profitable. But anyway, the way to make it profitable and to stop losing, having to close studios down and having to lay people off is multi-platform releases, release on PlayStation, release on Sony. So the fanboys, the Xbox fans, the people that really like Xbox, if you want your Xbox games, stop fanboying, okay? Like celebrate the fact that they're releasing these games on PlayStation on day one, because that means more people are going to buy it. That means the studios, they can make more games, and so that's a good thing, not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And it's great. It's coming on Game Pass. That's great. So it doesn't matter if it comes out on the PlayStation or on a Nintendo Switch. They have to pay for it. You don't, because you have it on Game Pass, right? You just pay for the subscription. Also, games you really like, not so much first party, but also first party, but third party. If you like a game a lot and you want to support it because you're playing it on Game Pass, buy the DLC. Buying the DLC is a great way to support the developer as well of that game. That's a lot of the times. That's I'm talking third party now. That's where they make a lot of their money. They with Game Pass, they get a bit of money that sometimes actually lets them get into the black straight away. Okay, so that's great. The game is not even out. I'm already in the black, right? Or close to, right? And then, sure, I'm losing all those sales I would have had for Xbox players because it's coming out on Game Pass. But already, in the black already. Don't forget. Plus, Microsoft or Xbox in this case are not the type of company that goes like, you're not allowed to release it elsewhere. They're like, yeah, sure, release it whatever you like, right? And then you still sell it on Steam. For instance, we're going to talk about Rematch when it comes to the playlist. I played it on Game Pass. Unfortunately, they haven't got crossplay yet. This is because of technical difficulties, not so much because they don't want to. I think it will come in the future. But anyway, there's no crossplay. A few calling and stuff like that from the Discord have it on Steam. Like, I bought it on Steam. I was quite happy to buy it on Steam because I really liked it on Game Pass. So that there is money to be made on Game Pass. But going back to the layoffs, of course it sucks. Yeah, but you when I put my business hat on, I understand why. Now, could they want to make less money? Of course they could. Are they going to do that? No, they're not, because they're one of the biggest companies in the world. They have shareholders, and they have to do good by their shareholders. Okay, because that's how it works, right? So do better decisions need to be made for games? Perfect Dark was a great idea. Quadruple A studio. That they bring in. The studios for it. 6 years it's been in the making, and all we had was that demo. Okay, that was a good demo, like looked good, but that wasn't even a proper demo. It was smoke and mirrors, right? As in it was in engine, but it wasn't really the game. So that's 6 years for that. Come on, you're surprised that they canceled it? Of course I'm annoyed. That looked great. I would love to play that. It looked like a Deus Ex style game. What's it called? What's those games called? You know what I'm talking about, those type of games where I'm forgetting the name of it now, but like it would look like a Deus Ex, like like a Prey type of game. And they also canceled the Everwild that Rare was working on. They didn't lay anyone off on that one. I think the one of the studio creators left. I'm blanking on the name, but he left. He wasn't, he left himself. He wasn't fired. Or laid off. But again, I've never seen. We heard about Everwild for a long time. Again, I don't know what was happening with that one. I was certainly going to try it, when it came out. But it's good that they have 41 other games in. That means that's 41 teams working currently. That's 41 teams currently. I mean, yes. And listen, from those 41, are some of them going to be cancelled? Yes. And this is not a fanboy Sony versus Xbox or versus Nintendo. Didn't Sony cancel like 12 games in the last year or two as well? So from those 41 games, some of them are going to get canceled, and some people are probably going to lose their jobs for it. It sucks, but it's just it's just the world we live in. That's the problem,
and that's my biggest problem with all of it, is that this is just continuing to be an issue. Like, if you're so concerned about these costs, like, look at a team like Claire Obscura, like that. You can make that style of game. You just have to acquire the right talent. You have to come up with the right, game plan. You can't just throw things at a wall and hope it sticks. And that's where it seems like Microsoft went when they were buying up all these companies. Like, they're going to buy them all up, and they're just going to let them do their own thing. No, you have
to. To be fair, they didn't buy the initiative. They actually created the initiative.
Yeah,
this was one of their few studios they actually created from scratch. Okay, so, and like I said, 6 years.
Yeah.
Where's the game?
Well,
okay,
you're in charge of Grand Theft Auto 6, like,
Sure, but we're talking, that's different beast. But you're in charge now. Okay, so I put you in charge because I'm a billionaire now, as you know. I put you in charge of Xbox, right? And now it's the train situation, like the one say one person you level or 5 people, that you don't know, kind of thing, right? And then whatever the analogy is, I forgot what the problem is. But anyway, so I go like, right, we need to cut some fat here, right? Do you, Aaron, you're the CEO now? Do you want to cancel? Do you want to lay off the initiative? Give them, by all accounts, all of them had generous packages for I've heard that a lot of other companies are not as good at that, right? Do you want to lay off the initiative and cancel Perfect Dark, or do you want to keep throwing money at that and let's cancel 2 or 3 other smaller studios instead? it's because I'll bet you it came to that. Like, do you want to cancel 2 or 3 smaller projects, right? Because we have to cut some fat because we need to make money. We're a business. So I know you're going to say to me, "Oh, I'm not going to cancel any of them." But then again, you're not doing your job very well then if you're doing that, because then if because you have to understand that if they didn't have to make anyone redundant, they wouldn't, right? So they yeah, and we go back to, could they make a bit less money? Of course they could, but they're not going to do that. Let's come on.
So yeah,
Anyway,
I
it
mean,
sucks.
I think one of the other big things that gets lost in this is like you don't have to have the prettiest looking game. You don't have to have the fanciest graphics. Develop the gameplay first and let everything else come together. Like some of the best sellers, like on Steam and Xbox and everything else, are pixelated art games. Like because they play exceptionally well. They're easier to develop. Like
Yeah, but this, listen, yeah. People don't want to play a lot of those games. You and I do because we're connoisseurs, right? That's why people listen to our podcast. But Johnny that buys 2 or 3 games a year. He buys FIFA, all right? He buys FIFA every year, not FIFA anymore.
That's his
called
first
EA.
mistake. So
Right, but whatever. EA Sport, whatever it's called now. He buys that. He buys Call of Duty. Okay, he buys those Call of Duty. He buys FIFA, and he buys one more, maybe 2 more. Maybe he buys a game a quarter. Okay, he might get Game Pass. That's what they're trying to push. Hey, have Game Pass. You have all of these games, and some of them are joining. Yeah, but others aren't. He's not gonna buy the Dead Cells, even though Dead Cells is better than any game you mentioned there. Yeah, and so he's not gonna buy Dead Cells. He wants the pretty thing. He wants the thing that looks great. But yes, I agree, and that's what Nintendo is doing. Nintendo pretty much saying that they're trying to keep their development time on their big AAA games to 2 to 3 years. They're trying to keep it on that point. So they're not going for the ultra realistic graphics. They're going for their art style they're so famous for. But they concentrate on the gameplay, on the and well, hey, no wonder that's why they have all the money, right?
yeah,
Them and Valve have all the money. Why? Because they make those decisions. But yeah, listen, I'm not defending Microsoft. I was playing devil's advocate, like I said at the beginning. Of course, it sucks. Yeah, and could they make a bit less money? Of course they could. Yeah, but they're not going to. Did I want to play Perfect Dark? Of course I did. Looking from the outside, 6 years, and that's all all we had to show. Come on, something's gone wrong somewhere, right?
Well,
yeah, you had to bring a whole other studio to come and help you as well, and you still haven't delivered anything because they joined like 3 years ago, the other studio, 2 or 3 years ago,
right,
to help.
and that's where they probably should have pivoted to like whatever the issue they were having before. If it was getting the graphics to work with the gameplay, or they couldn't get the gameplay just right. Figure out a pivot to make it better. I mean, hell.
Yeah, but they said it's a quadruple A game. This is the problem. You start too high. You promise the world, and now you're struggling to bring the quadruple A game. We're talking about. We agree. We're on the same side here. We started. I was playing Devil's Advocate, but we kind of like came together here at the end. I agree. Not every game needs to be. Not every game needs to be Alan Wake 2, right? Not every game needs to be Senua Sacrifice, right? Hellblade, which incidentally is coming to PlayStation. If you like these games, and Microsoft has a lot of IP, all right, and they have a lot of studios, they're working on 41 projects. If you want to see more of that, don't get annoyed when they release on other consoles. In fact, praise Microsoft for doing that, because that means more people can do what they love. Because no one ever likes to see people leaving, because not everyone is gonna some of them are gonna go back and work on other projects, and some of them are gonna create their own indie studios and make bangers, right? Like the guy that did Clair Obscur used to work for Ubisoft before, right? And he came and did that. But some of them are going to go like, you know what, I had enough. I'm going to go and work somewhere else, right? And actually leave the business completely. And then we lose a lot of their expertise and knowledge and all of that. So it's it sucks. But Uh, yeah, it did not surprise me. I was more shocked with the turn 10 thing.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like I didn't know that they went to work on with the playground games, so that makes it a bit better. I like both, and that doesn't mean Forza Motorsports is not coming back. It
Right.
might just mean it's not gonna. It might be another 2 or 3 years, 4 years before you see another version. So and I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. So but you canceled your Game Pass. It sounds like, all right?
Yep. Well, so there's a big protest going on in America right now against
Okay.
Microsoft with all these layoffs. So I think
Right.
it's up to last that I checked, over 90,000 people have canceled Game Pass because of this as a form of protest. And yeah, I joined it because I don't agree with how they are handling things. Like, uh, you know, they went and they just spent all this money gobbling up studios without direction. And
They released Avowed, Doom,
yeah,
Doom, Dark Ages, Avowed. What's the
Indiana
that
Jones was probably the
in
biggest
in
one that they've released.
in Indiana Jones, which is excellent. They had that one as well with the frog talking and everything, like that
Oh,
Southern War,
South of
yeah,
Midnight.
South of Midnight. This is all within the last 10 months. Not to mention all the third party they released. So
But what all did they release the year before that? And you
sure,
can
but
you can
what
blame
I'm saying
COVID
is
on some of it and everything, but
sure. Listen, again, playing devil's advocate. Yeah,
yeah,
all of those games came out in less, not even 10 months, in the last 7 months, 7 8 months. All those games I just mentioned. They still have Outer Worlds 2 coming out this year, and I'm blanking on another first party one. So we can end the year with what 5 or 6 first party games, and some of them really good, right? Valde, I mean, I didn't put enough time into Valde, but Valde is great, and again, not I haven't put so much into Doom as well, but Doom, what I played was really good as well. So they are releasing some really good first party games, not to mention excellent third party games. So we had Clair Obscur so far this year, Rematch, that's on day one as well, and yeah, a lot of other good games are coming out on day one. So I wouldn't. I agree. We already discussed. We're not gonna go over what
yeah,
we just discussed. I agree that you're right. The decision when they sent Crystal Dynamics to help, at that point they should have pivoted to something else. What is the problem?
yeah,
Yeah. So ultimately it is a decision and you're not happy with it, and as a consumer you're doing the best thing you can, which is you're protesting with your wallet, right?
yep.
So I command that. Am I gonna cancel Game Pass myself? I'm not gonna cancel Game Pass. If I'll tell you what, I might consider cancel Game Pass if they ever get rid of Double Fine. I might protest then. I might go crazy
Yeah,
then. But I think the games they released so far this year have been top tier, and I'm quite happy with the service for the price. In
yeah.
fact, if anything, I think it's
Yeah,
more
I'm
than
I'm not
reasonable.
saying that the service is bad. The service is fantastic. I think the business practice, and it's across the board. I mean, I know the other big fight that's going on right now. There's the petition in Europe about not losing access to games like that you've purchased. There's a
Mm.
big
Yeah. So that one I can get behind. Well, I'm
yeah
not saying couldn't get behind yours. I can get behind yours, but to me, it's like yeah, you're protesting with your money, which is the right way to protest. But at the same time, you by canceling without so many people canceling that thing, that's going to lead to more job losses, not more job hires. It's the other way around, right? So it
yeah
sounds counterproductive. Again, from the outside looking in, it sounds counterproductive. So you're laying off people because you're not making enough money, so I'm going to give you less money so you can lay off more people. doesn't sound when you look from the outside. But maybe I'm being like a just devil's advocate on this one. As for the other one, I agree. I think games should be built with end of life view. So this protest is about certain games where there's especially online games where when they close the server or they stop selling the game, you lose access to the game. So there should be an end of life plan for this game. So when you develop the game, either come up with a patch that makes the game single player. Doesn't matter how shit it is. Doesn't matter how shit it's gonna be. You just make it okay. Fine, you can play it. You can log in. The game loads up in your own fucking like PC, and or make your own server. Unless you make your own server or whatever, and you can give your IP, and somebody else can join. Go crazy. Yeah, it's not gonna be the same, but fine. But they should come up with this end of life plan for their games.
And there's been a few developers that have done it right to where they will like give out the server code to as a download, and you can start your own servers.
Yeah. So yes, they should do that. Are people gonna? Is this gonna go through? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not sure. Is it a good idea? Of course it is. Would I sign that petition? Sure, of course I would. Why not? Yeah, sounds like a good. That sounds good. And you just have to build it in as part of your budget, like anything. Okay, so whatever long it takes, just. A bit more budget to come up with this plan that's already in place for whenever the end inevitably comes, and then you have to close your servers. But again, I don't. I'm just backtracking a bit here. I don't want to belittle your living. Living Game Pass as a. I'm just saying. It sounds counterproductive to me, but but at the same time, I agree that the only way to protest is not just with words, but is with action. Okay, so I commend you for that as well. At the same time, okay, right. That's that's. Oh, I'll tell you what. Can I give you just one bit of good news? Just good news, so we don't end on bad news.
Let's brighten things up a little bit.
They Hellblade 2 is coming out on the Xbox. The Sony is releasing the game on Xbox. That's cool.
Helldivers.
Right?
Helldivers.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said Hellblade.
I said, well, you know me.
Already on Xbox. Helldivers.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Helldivers. Yeah, that's cool. That's good.
Yeah.
So that's a cool game. I had some issues at the beginning with the game, but it's a cool game. So more players, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Sony finally starting to play fair.
Well, I think they see, from the other side of it that, Xbox is now flooding their system with a lot of their AAA titles and everything, and those are selling massively on those systems.
Yeah.
So
they are, yeah.
Because Sea of Thieves is like one of their best-selling games right now on PlayStation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, this is one of those things that the evolution of video games, it's always been heading towards, all these games are going to be developed for all the systems. It's just maybe there's a timed release that's specifically for their home system, but it's going to go to other systems for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to when they announce the rumor that Halo remake that to be coming out on PlayStation on day one. And again, I commend it. I applaud it.
I don't know if they'll do it day one.
I think they will. I think they will, and they should. They should do it. Release on PlayStation day one, and tell you what, PlayStation players, fill your boots. Yeah, with an amazing game, one of the best games ever made. Fill your boots. Xbox players, fill your boots. I'm gonna be playing on my PC with the graphics turned to 11 and laughing at all of you. So you guys go crazy on your consoles. Like with your little toys. Yeah, hey, put on the Switch 2 as well. I don't care. I don't care. Put on the Switch 2 as well. Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. I think every single game going forward is going to be released on day one, and people need to stop moaning. Like I said earlier, they need to stop
No,
moaning because
yeah.
they need to make money, so they don't have to keep closing studios or laying people off. If they're making money, they won't be laying people off. Okay.
Yeah. I think the whole fanboy thing really just needs to kind of go by the wayside at this point. I mean, so Sony has the superior hardware, Xbox has the superior controller, and like the games are both great in a lot of circumstance. So just just send them wherever, and they'll be enjoyed. Like these studios, these studios should be rewarded for all their labor by generating as much revenue as they can.
Having said all that, yeah, I don't want to see Mario on either Xbox or Sony. Okay, so I don't want to see that happening. No, okay.
The only way that I would want to see that is like in a crossover type game where it's like you get the Halo Master Chief and Mario and Donkey Kong and like all these different mascots and like this, almost like a Super Smash Brothers kind of thing.
Sure. I'm saying it in jest. I tell you what, if Nintendo was in trouble, which they're not, because they're making all the money. But if they were in trouble, and if they were in the case of we have to close down studios or go multi-platform, I'll go multi-platform. Of course. Yeah, of course. Same thing as Xbox. Of course. So if the answer is
it would be remarkable to see, like Legend of Zelda on PC. Like that would be incredible. Breath of the Wild in 4K. 100.
But you can play. You can already play Breath of the Wild in 4K on actually not quite 4K. It's 1440p. Yeah. It's upscaled to 4K. On the Switch too. But, right. Okay. So. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, but I mean, PC just far superior.
I wonder if for the next podcast you're gonna bring with your $1 billion. If you're gonna go and ask one of Nintendo's studios to come and do your game for you. I just wonder. I wonder if you're getting the Odyssey team to come and do your game. I don't know. Have I just thrown this?
I mean, I think that's going to depend on how I like Bonanza.
Oh, I see. This is true. Bonanza is looking good, man. I cannot wait. Bonanza is looking good. But right, that's the game that we're gonna play when it comes out. But we have played some games recently, so let's move on to the playlist. And this is the part of the show where we talk about the video games we have been playing. And I kind of really want to talk about Rematch. I can just quickly touch on. I talked about it last podcast. The Pispitrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. I'm very close to the end on that game. I'm still enjoying it tremendously. I think the difficulty curve on that game is great. They keep throwing you new abilities and they keep giving you harder and harder puzzles. Where towards the end now, I'm going like proper like scratching my head. I'm like, but then there's really only one solution. You're like, oh yeah, of course. You feel like a genius, but that's only way you can actually do it. So that they really do the puzzle game really well on that game. And I like that, and they also do the top down like Zelda like and the new abilities and the things you get. I'm still very much enamored with that game, and you'll hear more about it towards the end of the year. I probably won't talk about it anymore now, but I'm really liking it. But yes, Rematch. That's what I've been playing. It's on Game Pass, so I was like, sure. I'll give it a go. This is obviously by Slow Clap, the people that did the Sifu. I don't know if you played Sifu or not, but Sifu is great, right? And they surprised everyone by going like, yeah, our next game after Sifu is Rematch, a 3v3, 4v4, or 5v5 football game, or soccer for the Americans, right? And everything I looked from it, I'm like, yeah, it looks okay, but I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, and but I gave it a go. It's like only 6 gig to install. So it's funny how where it's not how much they cost because on Game Pass
it's
how much space does it take? 6 gig? Oh, okay. Because if it was like 80 gig, I might not have downloaded it. I'm like, I don't know if I have the space for this. I don't want to have to delete like 3 games to put this one in. And I played football in real life. I played for a team before, a Sunday league team. And when I say I play football, before I get people phoning in or sending emails, I've always been a shit player. Okay, I've always had my vision has always been better than what my legs could do. I could see the pass, I could see the play. I think I have good tactics in my head, but my execution has never been great. I mean, there's been occasions, where it came through in real life, but I've always loved playing the game. It's my favorite sport, and I've always loved playing the game in real life. I haven't played in a long time. I am 40 now. I'm an older person. Yeah. I played a lot of football games over the years. I can honestly say rematch is the closest thing to football that I've ever played. It's the closest thing to actually playing football in real life, from my opinion, because you're playing. Okay, you're playing in a third person perspective,
Right.
but you're moving around with the controller, right?
Mm-hmm.
And literally, I'm looking at the keeper. I'm pressing. I'm either shouting on my mic, "Hey, pass the ball over here," or I'm pressing a button to say, "Hey, over here. I'm on the side or on the line or whatever." And he passes the ball to me. I turn around. The player is coming at me. Then I have to either run or feint it, or I can pass it to my teammate and do a triangle for him to score. Or I'm in the box saying cross cross cross. He crosses, and I'm literally having to jump in the air, and then literally have to look to the goal to do the volley into the goal. It feels it's the closest thing I've seen in the game to actually playing real football, because with the surround sound as well, I can hear people behind me. The ball is coming to me, and I already know he's gonna tackle me. So the ball is coming to me, and I'm quickly passing it to the side because I can hear him behind me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know when you play FIFA, you can see the whole thing, and you can do that. You can play,
Yeah.
FIFA. You can isolate yourself and do a lot of things I've just said. But it's not the same when it's more immersive. When it's and the other thing as well that I like is the stamina. The stamina regenerates. So, so sometimes you go like over here, over here, over here, and you literally run, and you're pressing the RB to run faster, and you're spending all your stamina to get to the position, and then they don't pass the ball, like it happens in real life, because they either shoot on goal or they do something else, or they lose the ball. You're like, and then you try to run back, but you lost your stamina, so you try to run back, but you're running slower because you committed yourself to that run to go and score that goal, but now you're having to defend. Um, yeah, it's the closest thing, like I said, that I played like football in real life, and it's such a good game. It's so good. I think, yeah, I think if we can get it, like 2 or 3 people playing on the same team, and you can on comms, and we're saying basketball and stuff like that. And the way it works as well is every time a goal scores, it rotates.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I start in goal, yeah. I can get out of goal and go three. We can attack. That's the tactic. We can all
Right.
go and attack, but then if you lose the ball, the goal is open, right?
Yeah.
But whenever a goal is scored, either on your goal or on the other goal, it rotates. So then, if I was the
Okay.
keeper, then I'm yeah. So it keeps rotating, and it's infuriating sometimes because there's some people that go like, I don't want to go in goal, so they just leave the goal every time, and those people are annoying, and those people
Yeah.
deserve to have their game license revoked and never play again. Um, I think you would like this. If I know you like football, you like watching
Yeah.
football. I don't know if you played football, but
Mm-hmm.
I think you would really like this. This is so much fun. It has no right to be as fun as it is. It's
So
that good.
yeah, I mean, I remember when this game was announced last year, and
Hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we talked about it on the podcast. This was one of my most anticipated games after
Oh
watching.
yeah,
What was
okay,
it? Summer Games
yeah,
Fest last year, I think that it was
some
announced.
something
Um,
like that. Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, it reminded me at the time of like actual football mixed with Rocket League, and I've probably put the most hours in any video game in Rocket League. So this was one that very much excited me. Um,
Hmm.
I haven't had a chance to try it yet, but I've seen some gameplay of it, and I I don't get the same feel as Rocket League per se, but I think the same thing that there's like those little mechanics here and there that really elevate your play that you have to practice, you get good at, and people will probably find more and more combinations very similar to Rocket League to how to make this game even more flashy, more exciting. And I definitely
Yeah.
think that if it gets enough of a player base, that it could be one of those that we see in esports as a competition like Rocket League and all that. So
You could.
I'm definitely intrigued to see where this goes. I think one of the big things right now is that it's not crossplay. Is that correct?
Yeah, so that's because not it's because of technical difficulties by Slow Clap. So
Yeah.
not the not Xbox and Sony and Steam not playing games. It's they're struggling to. It's coming. Yeah,
You're right.
I bought it
Right.
on Steam. I bought it on Steam. I would say just factor on Rocket League. I hear what people say about Rocket League being like football. I can see what people say. To me, this doesn't have that Rocket League has, which is a problem for me, is he hasn't got the randomness of Rocket League. Yeah, because ultimately in Rocket League you're playing with a car and you're hitting a big ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. The tactics are there. You can pass the ball. You can you can do some of those things, especially if you're really good, right? But to me, to get to that level, your skill level needs to go quite high to get to the point where it looks like football.
Yeah.
Right. You can get there, but it's yeah. Whereas this almost from game one, it's there already. You can get the ball. You can pass the ball. There's less randomness. It is more like a football game.
Okay.
So I think it's closer to a football game than Rocket League is. But I think you can get there with Rocket League. But I think for the average player, Rocket League is very random.
Oh yeah.
Very too random to be.
Yeah, you have to put like 800 plus hours in before you even really start to scratch the surface of being able to handle a lot of the mechanics of it in Rocket League. So that there is a very high entry point for you to have enjoyable time with it. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think this is the opposite. I think this is like literally game one. I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
Like literally after one game, I was like, this is good. Yeah. So
I think as well, like just like Rocket League, it's going to be a lot more fun to play with a team of your friends instead of randoms.
Correct. Yeah, I was insulted by a 5-year-old on it when I was playing on my Steam Deck on my lunch break. I consider the goal. I'm not very good in goal. I'm getting better. I'm not very good in goal. I consider the goal, and he was like, "Hey, because obviously my Steam name is my name, right? Hey, Bruno, why are you so shit in goal?" You use more salty words than that even. And I told him,
man,
aren't you supposed to be in school? Of course, something along those lines. Yeah. Anyway, and then he kind of goes quiet, skips throwing jabs here and there. Then it's my time to, like I said, he rotates. Right, I'm up front. I get a great pass, to be fair, from one of the guys. And I completely miss kick and hit the side. Yeah, it's like, oh, you're shit at defending and attacking. And I'm like, oh no, a 5-year-old is bullying me. But it just hurt because it was true. I've got a bit better since then. When I scored my first hat trick, fucking, I was loving. And also when I started realizing that the game really, it's fun to score goals, right? But the game really is when you're doing the Pirlo, the middle guy. Like you get the ball in the middle. Go, run, isolate. You just passing the ball like a fucking, like just on the plate to them. Like that actually feels better. Like almost like you're just putting the ball on the plate for them and getting just the assists. Yeah, that game's also fun. I think you will love it. You haven't got Game Pass anymore, but get on Steam. Get on Steam.
I mean, I'm looking at it right now on CD Keys, and it's only $20 American. So it's going to be purchased. But
and you can play on your Steam Deck. I mean, listen, it runs on low. It runs on low on Steam Deck, so it doesn't look as good as on your PC. But it runs at 60 frames on the Steam Deck, so
Yep. So
it's good.
I guess the only other question, I haven't looked that much into it, but is there a like offline or single player option as well, or is it strictly online?
It is strictly online from what it looks like. After you get to. So that is strictly online. It looks like there's a practice mode where you can do like
practice your
drills
and everything.
And do drills. No, but there's actual drills to do.
Cool.
Go through all these gates in X amount of time, and then there's medals for or there's one where there's 3 players and you're in the middle and you have to try and stop the ball, and you have to see how many times you can stop the ball in a certain amount of time. There's another one where in the circle in the middle of of the pitch, and you have to try and keep control of the ball for as long as you can. So they're coming in and tackling you. You have to feint one way, feint the other, and it keeps getting harder and harder. So there's a lot of that. And once you get to level 5, you can play ranked, and you can do your own custom games as well, with your own custom rules. I haven't tried that yet, so I don't think there's a single player as such, but it's one of those. It's really built for to have three or more. I played all three versions, 3v3. They get harder and harder because 5v5 is obviously more players, so there's more tactics involved. But it's very much a multiplayer game. Yeah, I really like it.
Well,
Yeah,
the one game that I have for this week, if we can move on,
yeah,
real quickly talk about. This is a game that I think you can get on most platforms, if not all. But it's called Fantasy Life I: The Girl Who Stole Time, and it's a very weird title. You look at it; it doesn't look overly interesting. But if you take Animal Crossing and a top-down Zelda, throw it together, and mix in a little like building sim to it, that is what this game is. So very much like Animal Crossing, doing tasks to upgrade yourself, get resources, those kind of things. The very interesting thing about this game is there's 14 different jobs, as they call it. There's a few different fighting ones. There's gathering ones, so like chopping wood, or mining, those kind of things. And then there's jobs to make things, so like cooking, making armor, making weapons, making furniture. And so you unlock all these different jobs, and you can switch between them anytime that you want. And so you level up each job. They each have a simple experience tree that you choose what you want to do. And it's incredibly addictive, very similar to like an Animal Crossing or a Stardew Valley, where you just kind of get lost. And the nice thing is, you're not just sitting there chopping wood for 2 hours. Like, you go chop the wood, then you go make the furniture, then you take the furniture to the house, and now a new villager can stay in the house. And then the other aspect of it is there's time travel involved. So you can go to the past, the present, and the future, and each one is similar but different in the island. Like, in the past, you have the city that's built, and then the present is the ruins, and then the future, where you're trying to build these things back up. You have to destroy this device to kind of set things right. And so the story is okay. There's definitely some interesting bits that kept me involved with it. But really just kind of the gameplay loop of going around, gathering resources, switching between that to going and killing certain monsters for villagers' rewards. And then it's very much goofy. There's a lot of kind of jokes and silliness to it as well, which so it itself doesn't take itself too seriously in it. But I mean, it's a phenomenally playing game. And I really think it's been kind of put under the radar. It hasn't been marketed very well. I didn't even learn about it until doing like the discovery queue on Steam. I was like, what is this Fantasy Life I thing? I was like, it's such a weird title. You just kind of like, what is this? And I was like, oh, this kind of looks like Animal Crossing. I've lost plenty of hours playing Animal Crossing and stuff before, and then the more I looked into it, the more I was like, oh, there's some top-down Zelda aspect to it too, and that's my jam right there. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. It does. So you can take as little time to get really going into the story, or as much time. Like, I didn't really fully go into more of the story part of it to where all the time travel was and everything until I unlocked a lot of the jobs. But you can just do a few of the jobs, then go into the story and unlock them as you go. I didn't know that at the time, but I was just kind of lost in doing all the different stuff anyways, and then realized there's this whole other game. 8 hours later, was like, oh crap, I'm just getting started with all this. So,
Yeah,
I know it's not your jam. I know it's not your jam.
It isn't. However, everything you said sounds great. I have never really played any of these cozy games, like your Harvest Moons and your
Stardew.
Stardew Valleys and all of that. If I wanted to, I was looking at how long to beat, and it says 26 hours, 112 if you're a completionist. Main plus extra is 52 hours. So 26 is not crazy. It's it's a bit, but it's not crazy. I mean, Clair Obscur is 28. So if I wanted to play this, if I want to try one of these type games, would this be a good one to start with, or should I go and do one of the classics, one of the Harvest Moons, or Stardew Valley?
I would say for you specifically, I would probably go with this one over those. Maybe Stardew would be the other one because there is a little combat involved with it, but it's not a whole lot. That's more, just farming and relationship building. And Animal Crossing, like that one is just real life simulator because you start out in debt and you have to keep working off debt for the rest of your life. So this one I think mixes elements of those games, but adds in the elements of the Zelda part of it too, with the combat and
that looks great.
So I would say specifically, if you wanted to try this style of game, this would be the game to go with.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I go for this will be when it's on sale or when it's on Game Pass. It's not. I'm not gonna. It's like quite expensive here at the moment. It's like 50 quid. I'm happy to pay 50 quid for a game, but not for a game I'm on a fence about, right? Yeah, but it sounds great. I mean, it's also good on OpenCritic. It's sitting pretty at an 85 at the moment on OpenCritic, which is very decent. 85 is very, very decent. Just kind of like just missed the 2025 Hall of Fame at the moment, because Deltarune is currently there with 86. But cool. That sounds cool. Everything you said about it makes me want to play it. But then I remember I don't really like those games that much. Well, I said I don't like. I never really played, so maybe I haven't gave it a chance. I didn't know I liked RPGs until I played my first JRPG, right?
Yeah. And I would say specifically, like, if you could get it, I would say get it on your Switch too. That's what I got it on, because easily portable. It's already fully set up. It runs in 60 frames. It's fine. So you don't have to mess with Steam Deck issues or anything like that. Like, it's just good to go on that. So if you can find it on sale for your Switch too, that's probably what I would say.
Okay.
And that's what I got it on, but
yeah. No, it certainly sound good. I'm just having a quick look here at the compatibility for Steam Deck.
Should be fine.
It's fine. Yeah, it says run well Steam Deck constant 60 frames per second plus, with HDR as well and everything. Yeah, so it looks like it runs well on Steam Deck as well, to be fair. Cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds good. I like it. I like it. And hey, don't say we don't bring variety. A cozy slow life RPG and a football game for me for today. So there you go. That's our playlist. I think we started with the Why Don't You when we were talking about the band, so we'll keep that, right.
Yep.
Go and listen to Elbow and whatever other rubbish
Weird Al.
Donuts was talking
Weird.
about.
Oh,
That's the one. That's the one. Weird Al. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. I forgot the name. Is that even a person? Weird Al. Is it?
yeah.
Weird.
I mean,
Weird Al. Weird Al.
Yankovic.
Yankovic.
Yeah.
Yanakovic. Worldwide sales. They sold 10.1 million albums worldwide. Decent. Let's see, Elbow.
32 albums. All by
Bruno. Elbow. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't say total album sales. Okay, total album sales about just under 2 million. So yeah, okay. They're certainly bigger than Elbow worldwide. Anyway. Cool. What type of music is it though? What type of music is it? Because Elbow is
he does parody. So he takes a real song and parodies it to something fun.
Okay. I mean, okay.
Man.
I'll listen
to
it.
Some fun. Have some fun.
I promised I was gonna listen to it. I mean, it's not it's not filling me with confidence, but I'll look into it. So okay, I said I will. I will. Okay. There you go. But yeah, Elbow is rock basically. Yeah. In a nutshell. Good rock. Proper band. You're talking about the costume changes and stuff like that from the concert. This one was 2 hours. They just played a lot of songs, and stayed on the stage for the most part. Apart from they always do the
move.
They did the old thing of this is our last song, goodbye, and then they go out and so that people can shout for them to come back in again. Everyone does that though, so that's everyone does that. Because they hadn't even played on a day like this, and you're like, come on, you're not gonna go without singing on a day like this. You're talking shit, okay? Just don't pretend you're not gonna come back, Cool. Listen to Weird Al Yankovic, that's the one, and Elbow. And hey, let us know who won the draft this week.
I'm not as confident as last time, but I feel like.
Be honest with you, me taking your first pick was a genius move, wasn't it? Me just taking your first pick out of you just to throw you off your game, eh?
I don't think so. I think that was the overall number 1 pick. So
I took it. I'm not gonna. On the grounds that I might incriminate myself, I'm not gonna comment on that. Okay. On the grounds that I may incriminate myself, I am not gonna comment on that. Yeah, I can honestly say that was not my first pick, and I robbed it just to throw you off your game. Okay, that's all I can say. Okay, I'm not gonna say anymore.
All right, so let's trade first picks. You're so confident in Resident Evil 2.
I think if we trade, I think if we trade first picks, I still would win. I honestly believe so. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. No, I've learned from the last one. Don't go with your heart, go with your brain. Okay, because the last one I went with my heart, and then I was told that had I gone with my brain, I would have won. So I'm going with my brain this time.
All right. We'll see how it works.
Right. We'll see how it works, and we'll be back in a couple of weeks with some more video game shenanigans. So in the meantime, stay safe. Oh, leave us a review on your platform of choice. That's one thing you can do. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe, and if you listen to this on any podcast catcher or service, just give us a thumbs up or a star rating, whatever. And if nothing else, tell a friend. We always say this. That's the best thing you can do. If nothing else, just tell a friend. If you tell a friend that if you like this and your friends are like you, then there's a good chance they will like it as well.
Yep. Yeah. And, if you don't like us, send us an email at RogueGamersPodcast.com or .com. Yeah, at gmail.com. There we go.
That's the one.
And tell us how shit we are. That's always welcome.
We like that
too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, no one is perfect. Okay.
That's right.
So we're not gonna always eat 100. Is that an American saying? Eat 100?
Yeah, hit 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna eat 100%. Okay. So there you go. But in the meantime, not hitting 100%. I've been Bruno Pinto.
And I've been Aaron. AKA Donut.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Adios, muchachos.